What's going on, everyone? So Quincy Olivari continues to be very impressive for the South Bay Lakers. Myself, many of you have really expressed that, hey, we need to give Quincy an opportunity. Like, at least let's see what he's capable of doing on the main roster. Obviously, the Lakers, they don't have a roster spot open right now. You can only play Quincy so many games, but I believe a trade will happen at some point. And chances are, if you pull off any type of trade, you're going to end up opening up roster spots, and you're going to need to fill those spots. Especially if you trade like a D'Lo and a Gabe Vincent. You need a guy that can come in and kind of fill in those gaps, fill in that role. Well, for me personally, I would rather know whether Quincy is capable of doing that beforehand, rather than now you're in a position where it's like, is he ready? And then you take the risk on him and he's not. And lo and behold, it's like, all right, well, now what do we do? Right? Or you end up going another route where it's like, okay, well, let's call Jordan Goodwin, right? Something like that. I would rather see the Lakers give him an opportunity to display and show what can he do on the main roster with the main team against the actual NBA talent rather than the G League. It is great that he is torching the G League. It is great that he clearly doesn't belong there. He's better than the G League. However, is he good enough to actually be in the rotation on a team that is trying to win games and win a championship, right? Now, Quincy is not without his faults. I want to preference this before we dive into this here, but Quincy is a rookie, right? Who is in the G League, who is being asked to do things far beyond what he's going to have to do on the main roster. It's okay that he's not perfect in every area. No one expects him, or no one should expect him to be. However, he has his issues, particularly taking care of the basketball, not turning the basketball over. And a lot of it is just him trying to do too much as a playmaker. I've actually watched some of these games, and it's not like he's just losing the ball, dribbling it up the court or whatever, right? Like, it's a lot of it is just like ill-advised passes, or him trying to force the issue, or, him trying to do a little too much. So, like, you look at last game. Again, gave you over 20, 21 points, good efficiency, everything you wanted to see. He had 9 assists, but he also had 9 turnovers. Not great. 9 turnovers. I mean, that is, LeBron numbers. But no, in all seriousness, right? Like, it's Quincy trying to do a little too much to try to get others involved and show that he can be a playmaker, rather than just kind of letting things unfold, letting things happen to him. Because 9 turnovers, if you can't take care of the basketball, like, I'm sorry, right? I know I made the joke about LeBron James, which, LeBron has, we all know. I'm as big a fan of LeBron as the next person, but he can get a little careless with the basketball. Quincy Olivari, though, however, is not LeBron James. LeBron James is so great, so talented, that you kind of just deal with it, right? You kind of just stomach it. Quincy is not that guy. But here's the thing. Quincy isn't going to be asked to be a distributor and playmaker on the main roster, right? Like, the Lakers are going to be looking at Quincy Olivari to, probably initiate, especially if you end up trading Gabe and D'Angelo Russell. You're going to need him to kind of get you in your action. He's shown the ability to do that. He's fine in that regard, in my opinion, right? But it's him when he has to be the Chris Paul, right? And he's got to be out there, and he's got to, like, make all the plays and do everything. For the South Bay Lakers, Quincy literally has to do everything. He has to rebound, he has to defend, he has to shoot, he has to play make, right? Like, he literally is responsible for everything. He is the entire engine of that team right now. And that's great, right? Just to see that, because again, he's a rookie and he's out here doing the things that he's doing, but he's not going to be asked to do anything close to that on the main roster, right? They're not going to be looking for him to, hey, we need you to give us 9 assists a game or anything crazy like that. No, his role is going to be incredibly simple, right? We need you to knock down the 3 ball, initiate the offense at times, rebound, and play defense. That's it. You don't need to be out there and, being Kyrie and trying to do all this crazy stuff. We don't need you out there trying to be Chris Paul and, having to be this crazy playmaker. Stick and play within your game. Obviously on occasion you need to be able to make a pass and run the basics and do all that stuff, right? Also, even his shooting. So I've seen a lot of concerns, although he was much better, like I said, the last game, but a lot of people have concerns with his 37% from the field, overall field goal percentage. He's 43% from three-point range on 14 attempts. He's a high-volume three-point shooter who, again, is being asked to do things that, he's like, there's still talent in the G League, right? But he is just better than all those guys. Again, he's not going to be asked to put the ball on the deck every possession and do all this crazy stuff. No. His job, his role is going to be move without the basketball, be an off-ball cutter, slasher, right? And get open, knock down the three. It's that simple. Right? We're not going to be asking him to put the ball on the deck regularly and try to get into the teeth of defense and make all these plays. I'm not saying he won't be able to do that on occasion. I'm not saying there won't be times where he won't. Obviously, look, like there's going to be times where he's going to need to be able to attack the closeout. But it's not something like you have so many other guys on this roster that are all going to be doing similar, if not bigger things than what you're going to be asking from Quincy Olivari. Quincy Olivari, you're looking to come in and play the Gabe Vincent role, really. Right? And they're similar size, 6'3", 200 pounds. Quincy Olivari is going to, like, if you swap Gabe Vincent for Quincy, right, you get more athleticism, you get, better shooting, and you get the same point of attack defense, but he's also a better rebounder. He is, in my opinion, just kind of more, which is understandable, right? He's a guy that's trying to earn his spot, trying to prove that he belongs. So, he's a little more tenacious, right? He's a little more like getting after it type thing. But it's, again, you gotta understand the type of role that is going to be asked from Quincy Olivari. No one is expecting him or asking him to be what he has to be in the G League, right? He's not going to be anywhere close to that. Also, he's not even going to get the attempt. The guy's getting like 20 attempts per game. That's not happening, right? If Quincy makes the main roster, right, you're looking at him to be a 6 to, at best, hopefully, 10 points a game, right? But he's probably closer to like 6 to 8 points. Again, you're looking for him to knock down the occasional three, knock down 1 or 2 threes a game, and initiate the offense, play defense, and play hard. Do the dirty work, right? Be that guy that can come in, what we want Gabe Vincent to be, right? Gabe Vincent is supposed to be this initiator. He's not a great playmaker. He's not this guy that's out there willing to, no. He's a guy that is there to bring the ball up, get you into your actions, and then be a guy that's playing off ball that can be that 3-and-D guard. And so far, Gabe just hasn't been able to live up to that role. Quincy Olivari, I do believe, can live up to that role. And I do believe he will, right? If given the chance and opportunity. But that's the thing. He's got to be given the chance and opportunity. And we'll see if he actually does. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. And I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? You kind of mixed in the middle. Do you think he's going to be asked to do more? No, we need him to play a bigger role, right? We need him to play a similar role to South Bay. I don't see it. You have LeBron James, you have Anthony Davis, you have Austin Reeves, right? You have Dalton Connect. Like, you have all these guys that are going to be at the top of the pecking order before you get to Quincy Olivari. That doesn't mean that Quincy Olivari isn't going to play a significant role. It doesn't mean that Quincy Olivari isn't going to be looked at to, again, he's going to be looked at to play what we want from Gabe Vincent. Be initiator, 3-and-D guy. Do the hustle plays, do the dirty work, help rebound, right? Provide better athleticism, better versatility, like all of those things. And I really do think that Quincy Olivari is going to be a guy that's going to be able to do that. I do think that he's a guy that can kind of fit in, play that role that we need him to play. And, you know, like, again, he's not going to be perfect. He's going to have his good games, he's going to have his bad games. I mean, it's just like, you know, see, we've seen with Dalton Connect, just like we've seen with Max Christie. Just like, again, these are young guys that you're asking to come in and play a role that, you know, you never really expected them to play that role. But I do think Quincy is one of those guys that can play the type of role that we need and have the impact. But you got to be patient with him and allow him to play the role. And that's also when and if the Lakers actually braid him up. But again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.